Taylor, T.O. post-fight. Let's go.
Push the weight in no flex. Flex alive is one in the six. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You ain't run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, trains out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Let's talk about it. Josh Taylor versus Teofimo Lopez at the Hulu, my city. Didn't go because I personally do not support this kid, but that's neither here nor there. Watched it at home, and it was quite entertaining. This is the Teofimo Lopez that the boxing world was used to seeing. I don't know what type of time he was on before. It seemed like he was having a good time in there. Josh Taylor did what he can do in first. I didn't have Teofimo winning a round until like round 4. I never have my scorecard in front of me when I do these videos. That's my bad, y'all. But I didn't have him winning a round until like round 4 or 5, if I'm not mistaken. But towards the middle, in the end of the fight, he was on cruise control. He took over. He took over the fight. And Josh Taylor had no plan B. He was in there, rough, rugged. He was clearly the bigger guy, but T.O.'s athleticism, his counterpunching, clearly superior. I even saw him do 50 blocks. If you know what that is, you know what that is. He broke out 50 blocks on his ass. I said, oh my God, it's over. It's over. It's over. Josh couldn't do nothing with him in the championship rounds. Like I said, he was getting counted. It just turned ugly. And I know Josh talked about a rematch. I don't know. I really don't know what Josh Taylor could do. One thing I noticed about Josh Taylor, he has a lot of problems with guys that have great lateral movement, guys that are not stationary. Josh Taylor is what you call a tough guy. He's a tough guy. He'll stand there and fight you blow for blow. He's a strong dude, but T.O. didn't have to do that. And plus, T.O.'s just as strong as he is. He was walking in and getting countered with a beautiful uppercut. Just rocking his head and head back. It was crazy. But T.O. did a wonderful job keeping him guessing. There was one point in the fight when matter of fact, the punch that swang it in T.O.'s direction, he did this jumping. Was it a jumping right hook? No, it was a jumping straight. I forget which hand he threw it with, but when he jumped and hit it, you don't train in the gym to do that. He did it because he was comfortable. He was taunting. He was playing up to the crowd. He was in the zone. And Josh didn't look like a champion against T.O. He looked like a prospect. T.O. made him look like a prospect. He legitimately shut him out. Teofimo Lopez shut out Josh Taylor. He shut him out. There was nothing he can do. There was no plan B. And it's if you're a lot of Scottish was in there, and if you were Scottish in the Garden or in the Hulu that night, tonight, you're disappointed. Josh was in shape, but like I said, he had no plan B. He couldn't do anything. There was nothing he could do with all that size. I would have liked to have seen him go to the body more, but every time T.O.'s back touched the ropes, he got off of it. There was a little bit of dirty play in there, but it wasn't that dirty. I've seen dirtier. T.O. remained calm, and once he got comfortable, he really couldn't touch him. Josh couldn't do anything with it. So what's next for T.O.? I don't know. That's up to T.O. I know Bill Haney was there. I know Bill ran into T.O. Sr. and T.O. said something outlandish. I think I heard him say $20 million. I don't know what it is, but here's the deal. and maybe I'll save this conversation for later on, but let me just throw this out there. He's now champion at 140. Devin Haney is undisputed champion at 135. Okay, right now Devin can go up in any sanctioning body and challenge any one of the title holders. Well, Teofimo has a belt. And I'll just say this. All right, you duck Devin, you duck Devin, you duck Devin, you duck Devin. You did. There's no getting around it. You was in cahoots with the WBC and the WBO, and it didn't work out. You said that Devin would never be a champion at 135. And not only was he a champion at 135, he is now undisputed. So now I remember Trill Bill put out a video. He said it's not about belts. It's more about what you said. So now you're at 140. Your throat hasn't exploded. You look really, really great tonight. And you're back in the saddle. Everyone's screaming to take over again. So now, all right, I personally don't like Devin, trying to make 135 because it's at risk of his health. And since Bob Arum doesn't want to make the Shakur fight, I would like Devin to move up to 140. And if he has his pick of the litter, choose Teofimo Lopez. Why not? But that's up to you guys. You're going to fight him, you're going to duck again. But that's for another video for another time. But Teo looked really, really good tonight. Josh Taylor, go back to the drawing board. I don't know. I've watched the majority of his fights. He fights one way. Can he deal with a person that has a high boxing IQ and a skill set? Because Teofimo, he couldn't touch him. Head movement, counterpunching. Is that all it takes to beat Josh Taylor? Does he have another plan? Does he need to add another trainer to his camp? Does he need to get another trainer to take him to another level? Probably. Because in those championship rounds, it was all bad. It was all bad. All right, Teo would have to slip on a banana peel to lose the fight at that point. All right, it was a shutout. After round 4. After round 4, Teo turned it up on his ass and he shut him out. Shut him out. And again, let me be very clear to the people. All right, this hasn't changed how I feel about Teofimo as a person. All right, and let me point this out. I made a lot of noise about him saying he wanted to kill Josh Taylor and everything else. I expect fighters to talk like that. Let me be very clear. I expect them to talk like that. What I was upset about more was how that wasn't as outrageous as other fighters say things. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So either you're going to allow fighters to talk their trash or you're not. Do not be selective in who can say what. I really don't care what this dude says when the fighters say, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to do that. I'll kill you. I don't care about that. It's supposed to. Roberto Duran, Mike Tyson, they've all said some. Bermain Stavern, they've all said some like outlandish things. But these guys are fighters. They're in camp. They're not eating how they want to eat. They're not sleeping how they want to sleep. They got to get up and run and do road work. They're frustrated, and they might say some off-the-wall stuff. But once you get it out in the ring, it's over with. As you can see, they got at the end of the fight, some confusion about Josh Taylor's camp not wanting to give up the ring belt or whatever, but that's done. It's over with. Now they can go back to their families and, live the fight another day. Everyone's safe. I was more mad at the selective outrage by the media. With that being said, great performance by Teofimo Lopez. That my personal feelings about how he's moving has nothing to do with his performance in the ring. You see how I can differentiate the two? Keep that in mind. Great performance by Teofimo Lopez. Josh Taylor, go back to the drawing board. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Bronx on deck.